Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. My name is Pierce. I'm here with Mert, our host, and it's a Sunday, 23rd of September, and it is 8:28. And what are we going to be talking about today, Mert?
Roommates, roommate living agreements, dorms, crazy stories, that kind of stuff, you know? So before we go into the roommate living agreements, how was your roommate last year, Piers?
Um, s- it was overall pretty good. I mean, there were some not good things, but for the most part, I didn't have too many problems with him, and I didn't complain that much. So
Yeah, I have heard horror stories when it comes to roommates.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
I've heard stories where like every time they would fight, they would have this like very passive aggressive, like they would just tolerate one another and that's it. Like not care about one another. Like you're just like you're just like sharing a space with another human being that just there for because you have to because it's your first year.
Yep.
Um, but in my case, I'd say I was pretty lucky. I was pretty lucky to have the roommates I had because we just clicked, man. We just clicked. Um, and ours was like a five. So my room was in Brittany, and it was five people in total, including me. I had a roommate. I was in the double, and on the other room there was the triple, and we had one bathroom, and no kitchen, and
Wow.
yeah, um, but like even like people who have just one roommate have a hard time just like sharing the bathroom. Me and us, all of us, all three of us, like all five of us, we sort of knew how to manage it,
Mm-hmm.
and we were really good friends throughout the year.
That's good.
Yeah, but like I guess in your case it wasn't the case. Can you like tell me why that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never had fights or anything with my roommate last year. I mean, we barely even talked. He was not very talkative. He just like minded his own business, did his own thing. Um, we actually would only talk maybe like two, three times a week. And I didn't really care. I mean, I wasn't looking to be best friends with my roommate. So I feel like it was fine with that. Like it could have been definitely a lot worse, but the only things that were like very not the best about him were he wasn't the best about the bathroom. So, I mean, he didn't know how to clean it, which is fine. I mean, a lot of people don't clean the bathrooms, and it's like, whatever. Um, but on two occasions, he just straight up pissed on the floor.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Uh huh. Yeah. The first time was like beginning of second semester, and it wasn't actually like on the floor. It was in the shower. Um, and it was one day he was taking a nap, and I noticed him get up and go to the bathroom, and then he came back, went back to sleep. I was like, all right, I'll go to the bathroom, I guess. And I just noticed a yellow liquid in the
Oh
shower,
no.
and I was like, okay, that's weird. I mean, why would he not pee in the toilet where you're supposed to pee? I mean, just kind of odd that he peed in the shower. So I like took some water. I washed it down as best I could without, you know, touching it.
Oh shit.
But the second time, which was definitely worse, where he actually like peed on the floor. Um, so near the end of second semester, probably like a week or two before I moved out and went back home for the summer, I came back at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So he was like already passed out. He was just snoozing away. And whenever I do that, whenever I come home late and he's like, sleeping, I always like get ready in the bathroom to make less noise and not wake him up. So that's exactly what I did. I got my PJs and all my shit and I went to the bathroom. But as soon as I went in the bathroom, I was like, okay, it smells like pee. and I look at the floor, and there's a drying up puddle, like a puddle that's like drying up of urine. And I see it. I'm like, oh
Wait, wait,
no.
wait, wait, wait. I have a question. No, like, this happened like more than once. Like, was this the last? Did this whole like peeing thing with this guy? I'm assuming he's a guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Was he? Did this whole peeing thing like more than once?
On the floor, like on the floor once, and then he peed in the shower one other time. So
shit.
he missed the toilet at least from my knowledge twice. But it didn't happen a lot, thank God. But it was still odd, you know.
Like, come on, like, you know, no, man, like, that really sucks. That's really disgusting.
Yeah.
But like, you had to deal with that, and like, you as a roommate, like, what didn't you didn't you want to confront him? Anything at all? Like,
So not. I mean, I did, but I also didn't. Well, so let me finish the story about the when he actually peed on the floor. So I come home at like 3 a.m, go in the bathroom to change into like my pajamas, and I smell it, I see it, and I'm like, please, nah, I don't want that to be pee. So I get like a piece of toilet paper and I just set it down on the floor and it comes back up yellow. I'm like, that is pee. Oh my God, what the fuck did he do? Why did he do this? Which I don't know why, because I didn't ask him. Probably should have, but I didn't. Just because it was the end of the year and I didn't want to have to deal with one last thing with him. So I knew it was pee and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wake him up because it's 3 a.m. and he probably could have done this in his sleep for all I know.
or like, bring a dog to his apartment, bring a dog to the dorm. It sounds like, dude, who would pee in a fucking floor? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I think maybe he did it in his sleep. Because the last time,
what, he's like sleeping on the floor?
no, like he just like was sleepwalking, and like in his sleep he was like, I gotta take a piss on the floor. Be right back. And then he went to the bathroom, took a piss on the floor, and then went back to his bed, all in his sleep.
That's a very creative situation.
Well, I say that because when he first peed in the shower, he was like in nap phase, like he was taking a nap, and he just kind of got up, and he didn't say anything. I mean, he doesn't ever say anything, but I mean, he could have been sleeping, or maybe he was like half asleep, half awake, just like out of it, and he was like, what is a toilet? I think it's the shower. And the same thing happened again where like he kind of like the second time where he
So
like
he was like sleepwalking all the time. Like,
Yeah.
and did what? Oh shit, that's the worst, man. I had a one friend's roommate, what he would like do is like just come and wake my friend,
Mhm.
and then he would just like say, I see blood everywhere.
What?
Like, yeah, that's like insane.
Wait,
It's like,
that was your roommate?
no, not my roommate. Thank God. No, thank God. No. No, he was. So what happened was like the roommate came up. I think so. Yeah, like I think he had like these weird, like sleepwalking sessions, like moments where like he would like walk up in the middle of the night, just like crawling up all around the floor, all around the room, making noise in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. And then suddenly, like, he would like tap my friend, and like my friend would wake up like, what the fuck is going on? Well, dude, what the fuck? And then his roommate will basically like come up to him and like tells him in a very creepy voice and say, I see blood everywhere. Dude, what the fuck?
What the fuck? That's creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. And like for some reason, it's always these sleepwalking situations where like, cause like you can't say like, even if you confront them about it, you can't like do anything. Like they can't even do anything if they have that sleepwalking problem, you know?
Because they don't remember.
Yeah, they don't remember. They're not conscious of anything. Like who you gonna blame? Like who are you gonna blame? at that point. You're like, you can't just tell the person like, hey, stop sleepwalking. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, like,
But like, what kind of dreams are you having though?
yeah,
Where
like
you're
what,
saying-
like,
Where you're saying like I see blood or whatever.
or like blood is on the floor. I don't know. Like what's that? The Sixth Sense? Like was that the movie? Was that the movie where like the kid just like I see dead people?
Yeah. Seriously.
The kid like looks at Bruce Willis and just like I see dead people. But yeah,
Yeah, that's like sounds like you're being possessed in your sleep. Like that's not good
yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah. This is so sad.
So my roommate never did that, but and I'm not like bashing on him for sleepwalking. I mean,
Sounds like you.
no. I just think it's kind of odd that he peed on the floor. And if he did it in his sleep, you know.
I think that's a fair thing to say. That was an odd thing for him to pee on the floor. Just
Yeah, I mean, still don't know why he did it. Could have been in his sleep. If it was, then you know, people make mistakes. It's normal. But still, just like it was weird walking into the bathroom and like seeing pee on the floor. It's just not what I'm used to.
yeah. Any other stories apart from pee? I think we're like talking too much about pee.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no,
No, please don't talk about shit. I'm not. I just ate a nice Rice Krispie and drank coffee. I don't think I want to throw up.
I don't think I had any other bad things about him.
What was a good thing about him?
Good thing, he kept to himself, I guess.
Yeah. Did he like always like he wasn't nosy about your stuff. He wasn't nosy about you, like I don't know.
No, he honestly could have cared less. Like
He didn't give a shit.
he barely looked at me.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But
I think my roommate was sort of like that. He like we were never on bad terms. Like he was pretty chill, he was pretty cool, but like he just would not come, like he would come very late, and like when I wake up most of the time he wouldn't be there. He would come really late to like the only times I'd see him was probably like when during lunchtime I'm in the dorm and like he's there studying, and then and maybe finals, but
yeah.
he really kept it to himself. Well, then he also had a girlfriend, so like it's reasonable for him to like spend more time with her, and like then on the weekends, then just some schmuck from Turkey.
Yeah, true. I feel like I was kind of not a bad roommate to my roommate last year. I did do good things. Like I was the one that cleaned the bathroom all the time, and the living space, and I try to keep things tidy and like, nice. But I would like always come home late, which usually he slept through because he was a deep sleeper. And then the second semester, he was always up at night. Like he slept during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did a 360 and just switched his whole lifestyle, which was odd too. But whatever floats his boat. But one thing that I do is I sleepwalk and talk. I don't sleepwalk to the bathroom.
So wait, you're a sweet sleepwalker? Oh shit. Nah, goddamn. Oh, okay. Thank God you're not my roommate. So
Yeah, seriously.
don't come up to me and say I see blood everywhere, Pierce. Don't.
So I hope I don't say things like that. I know I have said weird things in the past.
Like what? Like what?
I've screamed "Die Beautiful Shadows" before.
You what?
I screamed "Die Beautiful Shadows."
You scream, die, beautiful shadows.
Yep, in my sleep.
What are you, fucking David Lynch? What the fuck?
Yeah, that was definitely my weirdest sleep talking moment.
What? Say it again. Die, beautiful. What?
Die Beautiful Shadows. And
Die, beautiful shadows. Like
I
that's
don't-
like some poetry right there, man.
it kind of is poetic, but I don't even remember having
I
a
mean, it's
dream.
better than I see dead people or I see blood.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they're both creepy.
Yeah, yours can be like gothic creep, like gothic romantic, like just like
It tells
some
more of
Edgar
the
Allan
story.
Poe shit right there. I can see some stuff. Die, beautiful shadows. Yeah, yeah, you should have like a, somebody. You should like have like this nice. If somebody tells you that shit, you should just write it down and just like send it to like some like poetry slam contest or something like that.
I should. Yep. Sleep talking me is gonna make me famous.
Yeah.
But I know my roommate right now, Michael, was telling me a couple days ago that I actually was sleep talking the other night, and he doesn't remember exactly what I said, but I was talking as if like how I'm talking right now. Like it wasn't mumbling or like slurring. It was like cohesive sentences. And then the other day, I was having a dream that I was in a roller coaster and I was, having fun. And then I took a real sharp turn in the dream, and then I smacked my head and into the wall, and I punched the wall. And that was yesterday morning, I think. So I'm a very active sleeper, and I'm sure that kind of freaked out my.
I think it would freak me out too.
Yeah, I'm sure it kind of freaks out my roommate this year, and I'm sure it freaked out my roommate last year. So I guess it makes up for him peeing on the floor.
Piers, I'm just gonna go like say something. Don't get this the wrong way, but maybe the reason why your roommate just was like really reclusive, just like I'm just saying, man. This is like I don't think the guy. Maybe he kept it to himself. Like he's just like I'm not gonna even deal with this shit. Like I'm not even gonna deal with this guy.
Probably he's probably like, this dude talks about dead beautiful shadows in his sleep. He's clearly possessed. Fuck him. I'm minding my own business.
Like, I don't think it's like him. I think it's you at this point. But
And who knows? Maybe the pee was revenge for getting back at me for something I maybe said in my sleep or did. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. I'd say I'm a fairly good roommate. I'm very free flowing. The only problem you'll have with me like during the sleep is probably like I snore sometimes.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's a little tiny problem I have. I do snore when in my sleep.
Fun.
Yeah, I snore. What's the thing that I do? Nah, I'm not messy most of the time. The only messy part is probably my desk, but like, hey, that's my desk, whatever.
Yeah, true.
Like in a bathroom, I haven't got really like I do like as a roommate, I am like loyal to my friends in that sense. Like I'll try to like one time like one of my roommates, suite mates more likely, he got extremely drunk one night.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very drunk, and I had to the next day. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit my fault. Like, why did you leave it at the last second? But I had registration tomorrow. Like, I had to register for classes, so I had to write down all the classes that I wanted and that manual thing. Like I'm in Tisch, so like what we do is like we have to manually write all the classes that we want on a paper. We don't do it online. That happens later.
Wow.
So before the actual registration, you have to do a pre-registration thing. I don't know. It's what they do, so that was that was the last day, and I put that day as my day to like figure out my classes, and there comes in my roommate, my suite mate, and he is gone. he is beyond shit-faced. I tell you not. I'll tell you that. He's beyond that level.
He's blackout.
He did black out. Like next morning he says what happened. I don't remember anything. Oh. And I was like, I explained to him what happened is that I had to literally carry. So he went to the other room. So we were close with our neighbors, and so he went to the other room, and his neighbor he got to the room with the neighbors, with the neighbor friends. They're also our really close friends. Marvin, Zooey, Marvin, Zooey, and like Pat. And so he's in the room with them, and they're just like trying to calm him down. He's like going around, he's crazy, blabbering. I don't know what he was saying. He was like saying some weird shit, and then I don't remember what he said, but I do remember this. He tried to sleep in the bed. I was like, no, no, you got to come back home. And then I basically literally carried him like a baby to the room. And I carried him back to the room, and then I put him down. I'm telling him, okay, just be fine. And I basically babysitted him. I was like, I put him in bed. I was like, stay there, stay. And I just told him to stay, and I'm sitting in the couch, and I have my laptop and my register sheet in right next to his bed, because I'm at the same time registering classes, and at the same time I'm checking up on him. And he's like, and then suddenly I'm like focused on my classes, and then I look on my right, he's gone. And he went to the other room again. And I carried him back again, and then this time I was like, stay in the bed. And then
like tape him down.
I just cuff him, I don't know, cuff him to the fucking bed. And then he's like, and then one time he tried to do it again, and I just blocked him in front of the door. It's like, no, you can't leave. And then he slept, and then after a while I sort of like looked at his face, and then I noticed he's about to puke. He's about to puke. He's about to let it out, just like free at last. And then I basically hold his head, and like I created this very weird angle. I like basically directed the aim. I helped him aim to the toilet, so that we wouldn't need to clean up the rest of the bathroom. Like I was like it was like, I think it was like a very good moment of me like directing, like as a director. Like practice makes perfect. I was like I just helped him aim at the right position, and then he puked, and then we cleaned them up. And then we just like cleaned him up, whatever, and then he was like, I was so worried because like he was drooling in his sleep, man. Like I would like he was like a baby, literally like a baby. I was like, just like when babies drool when they're sleeping, it's like you got to clean up their faces with a napkin. It was exactly like that. And then
that's so funny.
Yeah, next morning he's just like, what happened? And I was just like, this is what happened. And then he's like, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed, I'm so sorry. And then they're like, what can I do? And I was like, well, you're like, we cleaned up your thing, so punishment is, and I was like, hey, you think by doing this we're gonna let you off the hook? No, you're gonna do something for us back.
Yeah. So
we just like, as a rule, like you did this, so in return you can do this, and that's fair, right?
Yeah.
That's a fair thing to do. Like if you do something, like for example in my case, like if I, like the other day I drank Michael's soju.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the other day I drank Michael's soju, and so like in return yesterday he drank my tequila.
Oh.
Yeah, so like it's like
I saw it in the trash, and I was like, who finished that? Yeah. So it was Michael. Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't just Michael. It was Camille, and
okay.
You know how it goes.
Yep.
But yeah, these are like some really funny roommate moments that I had. But apart from that, so roommate living agreements, like we've been doing this like yesterday. Did you come for the roommate living agreement?
So I wasn't there for it, but I was looking at it the other day, and I really liked some of the comments you guys put down.
What's your one of the favorite comments? I like the eagle one.
The eagle is landing. Those were funny. And then
wait, just for you guys, what is eagle landing?
Hooking up with someone.
Like what? So what was it that, like, if somebody comes up, that's the code, right? Echo, yeah. Echo, Charlie. The eagle is landing. Get out.
Yeah, pretty much. Didn't was it you that came up with it, or?
I think last year. I think that was like the code. But like I mean, yeah. Last year, there's like the eagle is landing in another airport.
Is that for a different dorm?
Yeah, just like different location, like apart from your dorm. But what else? What else did you like?
Instead of just saying no, you would put 9 or no. Different different languages. That's pretty clever. I think whoever reads it is gonna have a blast.
Yeah, I think they'll have a blast. Wait, what else was a thing? Yeah, the roommate living agreement. I think one of the things that, I mean, one of those rules is specifically for me, and you know that, right? The food one.
Yeah, I saw that one. No pillaging, Mert.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you there for that day?
No,
Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. I don't know where I was.
Yeah. So basically, there was this one time I got so high, and I had the munchies, and I had I was really hungry. And so I just basically opened the drawer and I just ate whatever I could find. And I ate half of everyone's food.
Was that you who ate all the carrots? The baby carrots?
No, that's not me.
So that was somebody else that probably got high and...
I don't know. Maybe just someone who likes carrots,
Or
man.
somebody just ate all my carrots just for fun.
Maybe. What I ate was like probably the gyozas, the dumplings, the pasta. Wait, no, not the pasta. The mac and cheese. I took
You ate... Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I ate the mac and cheese, of Manny's mac and cheese. The gyoza, the dumplings, and what else was it? I think it was... Yeah, it was those. And I just cooked them all in the same pot. Like you're supposed to like do it separately, but I just like mixed all the shit in.
Did it still taste good?
Oh yeah, but like it was less creamy because there was dumplings in it, but like the sauce, the cheese sauce was still like, you know, good. And dude, in the munchies it doesn't matter as long as it's carbs or sweets and, you know, something fatty. It's like it's gonna go with your flow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that rule is good for someone who's done that. But like, hey, it was just one time, okay? I never usually don't eat other people's food. I respect that. But hey, I'm the one who's cooked you good food.
True. You are always the one to make the food, so I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm the one
okay.
who
It's pardonable.
Yeah, you can pardon. You let me off the hook one time. Like, don't punish me for that. I was unconscious, so legally I was not responsible for my actions.
True, and you didn't eat my carrots, which is all I cared about. So.
Yeah, if I don't eat the carrots, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you're good with me.
Well, yeah. So, what's another part about the living agreement that you like? I don't know, like dislike the concept of it. I don't know. Like last year we did the rooming agreement. Not like. Most of the time we never followed it. Like it's because like every situation is different. So like the circumstances may change, you know?
Yeah, it's more so just like a contract just in case like I don't know, a roommate like does something bad and you can if you want to like talk about it to your RA or somebody, you could be like, "Well, look, in the living agreement, you said that you wouldn't do this." And then, you know, I think it's for situations like that. But like I never looked at my living agreement after I like set it in last year, and like I doubt I'll do it this year, and I'm sure there's gonna be things that I forget that I wrote down that I said, oh, let's not do that I'm gonna do. So it's like good to have, I guess, you know. It is good to have because if like something that you and your roommate didn't know that you disagreed on, you can like find it through there, but like nobody lives by it.
Yeah, like the other day I don't think you should like take it really seriously, you know. Like you don't really need to take the living agreement that seriously. Just like cause you got like it's just like basic stuff that you can like worry about, but like you don't have to like really take it seriously. Like the other day I was at a shoot, okay, and there was someone who told me something like they had like this big argument because of the living agreement. Like
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it was this moment. It was something along the lines of. She said that. So her roommate was someone who was like very, very, very like picky and like she was like very hygienic, whatever. And when her roommates cleaned up the place, she didn't like it. Like you didn't clean it enough. You didn't clean it well. And that's what she said. And And like that's not fair. Like like come on, your roommates are doing their best. They're cleaning the house. Like at least they're doing that, you know.
Yeah.
And because of that, her roommates were like sort of pissed off of her, and like didn't like the way she handled people. Like like the way that like, oh, you have to do it this way, this way, this way. You have to clean it like this, clean it like this. And if let's say someone, when she saw like someone else's room was dirty, she would like go on a rant about it, whatever. And so while they were writing the living agreement, and which they took the living agreement very seriously,
Yeah.
a big problem that happened was like I think there was this one section that they were talking about, and one of the girls was like, well, I don't agree your way I don't agree your idea about the kitchen. I think it was something about the kitchen. And it was in there was a whole fight that just started with this by talking about the living agreement. Like, dude, like you don't really need to take it seriously. Like, if you are a shitty person, doesn't matter how someone's gonna break the rules of that agreement nevertheless. But like, you just don't really need to take it seriously. Even if you take it seriously, chances are, I mean, with classes and all, and like everything else, like especially on the weekends, like that living agreement is perfect for someone who works 24/7, who has a part-time job, doesn't come home all the time, and doesn't go out, doesn't have a social life. That's perfect for that. But like, if you're someone who's like going out, is more socially active in college, I'm talking about college, chances are, like, some shit's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna break some of the rules. Like, you're gonna get wasted, or gonna get extremely tired, and you're not gonna follow some of the rules. Like, especially I've heard about there's a cleaning schedule for some roommates. Some roommates do that, right?
Yeah.
You're like, that's just, I don't think that's practical, man. Like,
I feel like, I actually think that a cleaning schedule is good for certain things.
You're never gonna follow that as a college kid.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
You're not gonna stick to it by the books. It's hard to stick to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is good to have like an outline of it, just to be like, oh well, I clean it this time. Next time you do it, and then we alternate, or switch on and off. Just like, not specific like to the details, but like a general idea of like. Mm-hmm. Who's going to do the dishes next, or who's going to clean the bathroom next, or who's going to Swiffer the floor.
I think it could be like more like a good rule is that, like, here's the thing, something that like you give and take,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of rules that make sense. Like, if I cook food, you do the dishes, right? That's an okay rule, and that's what it makes sense, right? But like, Mert's gonna cook every night. That's just not possible.
Yeah.
That's really hard. Or like someone saying, I'm going to clean the room every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks, or I'm gonna do the dishes every day. Like, that's just like not gonna happen. Like, because like our schedules are very different. Our schedules are very different. On the weekends, most of us aren't seeing each other. Some of us, sometimes finals, quizzes come up. Your exam schedule is different than my exam schedule. Mm-hmm. And like, it's hard. It's very hard to follow that through. My thing is just like, if you understand each other's, like, hey, I'm cooking, or like you say, hey guys, like the other day I said, hey guys, don't buy any shit. Don't buy any shit for the fridge, because we got to clean the fridge at some point. We don't know when, but at some point we got to clean the fridge, right?
Yeah.
And there's no like this cleaning. It just happens. You just go with the flow with that kind of stuff. Like, guys, the place is really messy. We got to clean up. Or, guys, our recycling stuff are full. We got to throw it to the trash. Like, we do that stuff as time goes by. We don't have like every 2 weeks, every Sunday. We throw out the trash, or every this just doesn't work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
like today, Michael was just doing the dishes just because he felt like it. And it wasn't like, oh well, today is Sunday. Today is the day that I do the dishes. It wasn't like that. He was just doing it for fun. And I feel like
I don't think for fun, but more like, you know,
No,
like
yeah,
I have
not for-
time,
yeah,
I
not
might
for
as well
fun.
do it.
yeah, for those reasons. And I feel like those are good. Like as long as you're responsible and you do it when it's right, when it needs to be done, it's good. And it doesn't have to be that you're following a strict routine. It's whenever it's necessary that you do it.
If you were my roommate, would you want me as your roommate?
Yeah. I mean, I have no problems right now. I mean, you make food. You make it fun. I mean, you have all your little tchotchkes hanging around. You buy the drinks and stuff like that. And like you got the lights too for your room, which is awesome. And you know, you keep your shit on your side of the room. Like you don't just leave everything spread out.
Like even though it's in my area, it is like messy. It's really messy. You see my desk.
Yeah, it's messy, but it's like it's on your desk. It's not
Yeah.
in any of like your roommates' things. Like it's you respect your territory.
Yeah. I
And-
respect
and
your
yours.
territory. Like I won't let my shit go into your shit.
Yeah.
Like that's just, you know, common courtesy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah, that's like you just gotta be. I say you were a good roommate as well. You would
Thank
be a
you.
good roommate. Maybe not with the sleepwalking. Maybe that could. But then again, I'm the one who's snoring. So you know. So we
it
both
evens out.
yeah,
It
we
evens
even out each other in that sense. We won't have a problem in the daytime. Maybe at nighttime we'll be like, "Shut up, Pierce,"
Yeah.
or like you'll be like, "Mert, stop snoring."
Well, now I feel like if I continue to do that rowing thing, that would be a pain in the ass.
Oh man, yeah. Actually, yeah, oh yeah. You have that 4:30, right? You have to.
So
sleep.
I wake up at 4
Holy
a.m.
shit.
And thank God my roommate right now is a deep sleeper. So when I wake up, usually the alarm doesn't wake him up. So I think I've woken him up once before and I felt bad about it. But he says that every other time that he sleeps through it. So as long as you are a deep sleeper like that, I think it should be fine.
Yeah, I'm a deep sleeper, but you know I do like if you were, let's say, my roommate, I probably like would make sure I'm the one who cooks and you're the one who's doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Like then again, like yeah, I like cooking food. I like making drinks, and you know that's like my thing. And you know, like I try to make you as comfortable as possible, and I assume you'd make me as comfortable as possible. That's a very sexual thing to say, by the way.
Mert, talking like this.
Like
like
this. You like it, yeah? Oh my. Okay, this is getting weird. But yeah,
Going off the rails.
what do you think we should talk about next week?
I don't know. I feel like it was fun talking about like our past experiences on things. So maybe something like that. Maybe either film related, your past experiences with film, or maybe I don't know, like high school or stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, like you should have seen. When it comes to film, my first experience is like Spider-Man. You want to talk about my childhood and your childhood?
Yeah, that'd
Like,
be fun.
Had like baby Pierce, baby Mert. Yeah.
I used to be really into anime. Not anime, but like Hayao Miyazaki films. So,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, you ever watch Technolize?
no, what's that?
You don't know Technolize?
No.
Ah shit. You gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, let me look it up right now.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you watch us next week, where we'll talk about either our childhood or anime, or you know, just what goes our flow. Peace out.